Hey guys, MuleDog Gaming here with another Destiny Taken King video, and today we're going to be looking at the armory right here on Bungie's website. So, along with Update 2.0, we get, sneak peek on some of these new weapons here. So, we got a lot of them to go over. Well, actually, not really a lot, but there's quite a few here. So, and there's legendary weapons starting from this one as well. So, starting off with the Fabian Strategy. Now, the Fabian Strategy is an exotic auto rifle, and it looks really cool. So, as you see here, here's this little picture here. It's got it's got like these two shields on it. That looks really neat. It's a really neat looking auto rifle. I think this is a Haka made auto rifle, because it does look familiar to the the weapon foundry. Fabian Strategy. Its description reads: wait for enemy to make a mistake, die, stand by for ghost resurrection, repeat as necessary. So, its attack is pretty good. You need to be level 40 to get it, though. It's got 280 attack, 36 to 48 in magazine. All of its stats are actually pretty good. I mean, I don't know if they're actually good or bad, but as you see here, it's got kinetic damage. This weapon causes kinetic damage, obviously. Crowd control kills this weapon, grant bonus damage for a short time. You can infuse it to consume a more powerful weapon to boost the attack value of this weapon. And front lines, that's a new perk. This weapon has increased handling, stability, and rate of fire when enemies are close. And life support, comes back. Kills this weapon while critically wounded, have a chance to start regenerating health. I don't know if that was an old perk, but I don't know if it actually, I don't know if it was or not. I don't think it was. Moving on to another exotic, which is called the Ace of Spades. Now, the Ace of Spades is a hand cannon, and it kind of looks like the last word combined with some other hand cannon. So, don't play your hand unless you're sure you have that ace in the hole. So, its stats are pretty cool right here. We can get a full screen version of it. So, it's a really neat looking hand cannon. As you see here, can we look inside of it? I don't know if, yeah, I can still sort of see the inside of it, but it's too dark. The sights look good. Actually, all of it looks really nice. Looking at its perks right here, it's got kinetic damage. Third eye, radar stays active while aiming down the sights. You can infuse it. And it also has Maverick and Firefly, which I think is going to be a really overpowered hand cannon. This is probably going to be our next Fatebringer, so that's pretty cool. Maverick, precision kills, move one round from your ammo reserve to the magazine. So that's a really good perk. And we got Firefly, precision kills, so this weapon causes the target to explode. So that's a pretty good weapon right here. This is a pretty solid weapon right here. As you see, here's some of its selectable perks right here. We got 3 iron sights. We got reinforced barrel, high caliber rounds, and perfect balance. If only had explosive rounds, then it will really be a Fatebringer. That's pretty cool. Moving on to the exotic scout rifle called Talal Lock. Now its description reads: release the storm, hold nothing back. So, storm. Hold nothing back. So the Talal Lock looks really cool. Now, if you pay attention to the stock right here, as you can see on the side of it, it's got the Warlock sigil on it. Now, I don't know if this means there's going to be class exclusive weapons. So there's going to be like, this scout rifle is going to be exclusive to Warlocks. So Titans and Hunters cannot use this, but Warlocks can. So looking at the scout rifle, it looks really cool. I think this is an Amalon-made scout rifle. Looking at the 2 circles right here, I think that's where the liquid ammo is supposed to display. As you can see, it's on the other side too. That's a really cool scout rifle. It does kinetic. It's got Grenadier, kills this weapon, reduce the cooldown of your grenade. You can infuse it, and its 2 new perks are Overflow and Eye of the Storm. Overflow is this weapon has better handling, rate of fire, and stability while the wielder's super is charged. So that's really cool. And we have Eye of the Storm, which this weapon becomes more accurate as your health gets lower. So that's kind of a good perk. As you see here, selectable perks are Soft Ballistics, Accurized Ballistics, Smooth Ballistics, Injection Mold, Hand Loaded, Armor Piercing Rounds. I would go with the Armor Piercing Rounds, so that's pretty cool. I don't know, but I like armor piercing ammo. Next off we have here is the Zalo Supercell. Now, we've seen leaked gameplay of this thing before, and as you see, this looks very familiar to an AK-47. Now, what's weird about it is that the mag usually goes in here where this weird canister looking thing is, instead of over here. So this is an exotic auto rifle, which looks like a pulse rifle. Its stats are right here. Its impact is not that good. Its primary perks are Zalo Supercell. Arc projectiles have the chance to chain lightning when enemies are close together. That's kind of like Thunderlord's secret perk. Bolts from the blue. Double kills with this weapon have charge a small amount of super energy and return ammo to the magazine. So that's pretty cool. Persistence. This weapon grows more accurate the longer it's fired. Infuse. Well, I've known that before. Selectable perks are Smart Drift Control, CQB Ballistics, Aggressive Ballistics, Braced Frame, Hammer Forged, and Rifle Barrel. And if you didn't notice on some of these weapons, here's the sources of where you can get them. You can get this thing from Zur and Taken King quests. So that's pretty cool. Zur will be selling this thing. I don't know about the others. I didn't really pay attention. Next off here, we'll go over the Esto again. Obviously, Zur's going to sell it, and you can get it as a reward from King's Fall raid. Whatever quest that you do. Its description reads, Vestiges of the Queen's Harbingers yet linger among Saturn's moons. So it's got some pretty solid stats right here. And this is a fusion rifle that does void damage. So that's a pretty cool fusion rifle already. Harbinger Spark, multi-kills with this weapon spawn orbs for your allies. So that's going to be really helpful in PvE. So if you want your team to charge up your supers faster, all you gotta do is start spraying at incoming thrall and ankle biters, otherwise known as acolytes, and whatever hive or taken enemy you stumble upon. Small groups will be destroyed by this thing, and it'll also spawn orbs for your allies. So that's pretty cool. Unplanned reprieve. Fusion projectiles attach and detonate with a delayed void blast. So that is amazing. This is going to be a really overpowered fusion rifle, so this is going to be a really powerful PvE fusion rifle. And it has Battle Runner. Kills with this weapon grant a brief boost to the sprint's top speed, and you can infuse it. Its selectable perks are CQB Ballistics, Smart Drift Control, Smooth Ballistics, Flared Magwell, Lightweight, and Enhanced Battery. I would definitely go with the Enhanced Battery. So, moving on to another exotic, which is the first curse, which is Last Word's brother. So, as you can see, it looks really familiar to the last word here, and it has a purple light right here. That's pretty cool. All the looks are the same next to the last word. So, the first curse, rate of fires, I don't know, stats are fine. It's got kinetic damage, Deadeye, bonus to range, stability, and movement speed when aiming down the sights. And it's got triple tap, rapidly landing precision hits will return 1 round to the magazine. And the first curse, precision kills while aiming down the sights grant increased range and stability until the next reload. So that's a really good perk right there. This is going to be a pretty solid hand cannon for PvP. Or PvE because of the triple tap. Infuse, obviously almost every weapon has the infuse, so I'm not really going to go into that. Its selectable perks are Smooth Ballistics, CQB Ballistics, Soft Ballistics, Speed Reload, Quick Draw, and Lightweight. So, that's a really cool looking first curse. And we also got the last word right there. But we're not going to go over that because we already know. Next off we have here is the Boolean Gemini. Now, this one used to be named the 347 Vested Dynasty, which was supposed to launch in the House of Wolves expansion along with the Fate of All Fools, but we never really got to get our hands with that, with these two weapons. So, here we have the 347 Vested Dynasty, or the Boolean Gemini, which I will now call it. So the Boolean Gemini is Fight Your Way. Its primary perks are Kinetic Damage, Unflinching, and Infuse. And its selectable perks are David and Goliath. That's what their old names used to be, but they're changed to One Way or another. One Way, bonus agility on precision hits, stack up to 3 times. Or another, both bonus armor on non-precision kills, stack up to 3 times. Its selectable perks are Smooth Ballistics, Accurized Ballistics, Aggressive Ballistics, Perfect Balance, Single Point Sling, and Hammer Forged. So that's pretty cool. Looking at the Jade Rabbit, which is a PlayStation exclusive scout rifle, which I never really got into. I have PlayStation, so I have 334s on there right now, so I'm ready for to get this Jade Rabbit. So its description reads, What kind of harebrained scheme have you got in mind this time? So it's a really cool scout rifle. It's kinetic damage, obviously. Wait, is it? It doesn't really say right here. Does it even say? I don't think it does. I don't think yeah, it does have, it should be kinetic damage. But looking at its perks, the Fate of All Fools, chain body shots to gain bonus damage on your next precision shot and return ammo to the mag. Now, I thought that was Fate of All Fools, his actual perk, but fortunately not. Next off we have is Zen Moment. Causing damage with this weapon increases its stability. Spray and Play increases the reload speed of this weapon when the mag is empty. Infuse, its selectable perks are CQB Ballistics, Soft Ballistics, Smart Drift Control, Custom Optics, Extended Mag, Speed Reload. So this is a pretty solid scout rifle, even though it's just one of many weapons that won't be on Xbox. We have the Chaperone, which is an exotic shotgun right here. Looking at it, kind of looks kind of plain. It doesn't even have a stock, so that's kind of weird. And you kind of twirl it around like the last word when you ready the weapon. So that's pretty cool. I don't think this doesn't really look like a shotgun. This kind of looks like a I don't know. But looking at its description right here, my mother had a shotgun called the Chaperone. Kept us alive out there before we got to the city. Amanda Holiday. So this is basically Amanda Holiday's go-to weapon. So that's pretty cool. It does solar damage. And some of its perks are the Roadborn. Precision kills briefly grant bonus handling range and precision damage with this weapon. The Survivor. 3 rapid precision kills while Born on the Road is active will return 2 rounds to the chamber. And the Chaperone. This weapon fires a single precision slug, grants agility boost. So it has a 5 magazine size. When you just spray like when you just shoot, it just fires a slug, which isn't like a spread shot at all. It kind of just stays together and goes straight up before it spreads. So, selectable perks are Accurized Ballistics, Linear Compensator, Field Choke, Field Scout, Single Point Sling, and Snapshot. So that's a pretty solid shotgun right there. Moving on to the Hereafter. Now, we've seen this before in the latest Taken King trailer. As you see here, this is a really cool looking sniper rifle right here. You can see the sights look really weird. We have this sort of circular thing on the on this end right here. This kind of reminds me of the SVU from Black Ops 2. It kind of looks vaguely familiar with it, if you can tell by the shape of it. Kind of reminds me of that gun from Black Ops 2. But looking at its description, huddle at the mountain's base, we had no choice but to beat our plowshares into swords once more. As you can see, the stats right here. Get it from Zur and Taken King. Primary perks, it's got arc damage, and it's got its special perk, the Hereafter. Crouching increases the scope zoom and makes it easier to aim under fire. So that's pretty cool. Blinding Light, precision kills. This weapon had the chance to cause a bright flash that can blind nearby enemies. That'll come in handy in the Kingsfall raid when you're dealing with a ton of ads trying to kill Oryx. You can use this sniper rifle to your advantage and get precision kills with the weapon and blind nearby enemies. And we also have Infuse and Perfectionist. Magazine is returned if all shots are precision kills. So if you kill every single enemy, every 4 enemies you kill with a precision kill with all the bullets, it's kind of like Black Hammer, where it 3 precision hits returns the full mag. But yeah, it's kind of like that. So only with precision kills. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, all shots fired, precision kills, not just 3 bullets. We got Linear Compensator, Smooth Ballistics, Aggressive Ballistics, Speed Reload, Snapshot, and Injection Mold. Those are its selectable perks. And moving on down more, we have the swords right here. I'm pretty sure all of you have been waiting for these swords right here. We got Bolt Caster, Dark Drinker, and Raise Lighter. Now, I went over Raise Lighter, so I'm going to go over it a second time. Bolt Caster. With your own hands, you forge the mighty Boltcaster. Now take it in hand and unleash its thunder. Looking at the sword, it looks really cool. It's got like this little white cone thing right here, and here's the actual blade. Oh, that looks amazing. It's a very well done weapon. This is a pretty cool sword. I can't wait to use this. As you can see, here's its stats right here. What sources it comes from? It comes from Quest, the Taken King, and Crucible Handler. So Lord Shaxx will probably sell this item at some point in the tower. Now, I don't know how we'll be able to get it from him. I'm pretty sure he'll be selling it just like Zur does. I don't know. But, its primary perks are Arc Edge. This weapon deals arc damage. Sword Strike. Use use, I think that's a square to attack with the sword. I don't know if that's supposed to be there or it's just like a special button that that I can't really show. So sword strike, use, I think it's like RB for Xbox and R1 for PlayStation. So that's a pretty cool sword strike. Basically you used to do that every time when you hold Crota's sword in Crota's End, or on the Fist of Crota mission when you kill the Blade of Crota. You know that. So Arc Forged Guard, use let me see here. Let me think of what it was. I think it's like LT to block on PlayStation, and it's L2 on PlayStation. So that's a pretty cool one. Use the guard, effective against solar and void attacks, less effective against arc attacks. So we got Tempered Light, increased armor when wielding the sword, and Sword of Thunder, used to shoot a beam of arc light from your sword, creating a lingering electrical storm. So that is going to be helpful in PvE. So, and PvP as well. So if you're dealing with a group of enemies, or if you're in Crucible and you're trying to guard the spark, you can just basically shoot that sword in right next to the spark if you're playing Rift, and make sure that electrical storm guards that spark very well. So selectable perks are Scabbard, increases sword ammo capacity, Live by the Sword, kills with the sword have a chance to grant orbs of light, Warrior of Light, increased damage for your attack, and Scabbard increases sword ammo capacity. Wait, what? That's already there. Never mind. Looking at the other one, which is Dark Drinker, obviously it's a void sword. Now, it doesn't have the same blade as usual. It kind of has this like fire-looking patterns on the blade right here, and it's got the cone thing as usual. So this is a pretty solid sword. Now, you can see its stats. Obviously, you can get these swords from the Crucible Handler. I don't know how, though. From a quest and from the King's Fall raid, I'm pretty sure. As you can see here, it's got Void Edge. This weapon deals void damage. Sword Strike, use RB or R1 to attack with the sword. Void Forge Guard, use the guard. Effective against arc and solar attacks, less against void attacks. Tempered Light, increased armor when wielding the sword. Supermassive Vortex, used to unleash a spiral of void energy in all directions. That's going to be a really crazy perk. Infuse, and its selectable perks are Scabbard, increased sword ammo capacity, Die by the Sword, kills with the sword, replenish grenade energy, Warrior of Light, increased damage for your attack, and Scabbard again. And last but not least, we have Raise Lighter. Now, I made a video on this one before, so here's what it looks like. Blade looks different. That's pretty cool. It's got the spikes on the back, and it's got like one big spike right there. Looks pretty solid. Its description reads, with your own hands you forge the mighty Raise Lighter. Now take it in hand and feed its flames. Now it's got Solar Edge, deals solar damage, Sword Strike, Solar Forge Guard, effective against Arc and Void, less against Solar. Tempered Light, increased armor when wielding the sword. Phoenix Uppercut, used to launch in a Solar Light Uppercut. So that is going to be a really powerful strike right there. Selectable perks are Scabbard, Thrive by Sword, kills with the sword, grant super energy. So this is going to be probably a better go-to sword than the other ones. So, because you can get super energy. Scabbard and Warrior of Light, increases damage for your attack. So that's a pretty cool stat right there. And as you can see, there's just all the other weapons that we know and love. We have old versions of some of these weapons, and we have the newer versions going up. So so I hope you guys enjoyed the video of all these new exotic weapons. So if you do like the video, please leave a like, comment, and share the video. And if you're new to the channel, please be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you later with another video going over the exotic armor pieces.